Welcome back to our golf mobility. Today we're going to go over our feet. So what I have here is lacrosse ball, also a massage gun if you have one. We will start with the release. So we're going to have that ball under the foot, not on the toes, but the top of the foot, and we're going to smear across. So I'm putting pressure down on the ball and rolling across that foot. So I'm working my way down from the top of the toe, down towards the heel. Once we kind of get that smear across, we can work a little front to back. And you can control the amount of pressure you put in. So the more weight you put in, the more distinct the release will be. And if it's too much, we can just kind of roll lightly along the foot. So let's get at least a minute on each side there. Take your time, start with that smear across, and then you can also work the front to back. We're staying primarily from kind of the ball of the foot there down to just in front of the heel. We don't want to do too much at the back of the heel or too much on those toes. And if you do have a massage gun, we can turn it on and we can get that same area. Work that sole of the foot. And spend however long you need there. So if you have both a lacrosse ball and a massage gun, you can go maybe 30 seconds each. If you just have the lacrosse ball, do the full minute with the lacrosse ball. So after we finish the release, as usual, we're gonna get a stretch. I think the feet are really under stretched or even under released area for the amount of time as golfers that we spend on our feet, whether that's walking or even just gripping through the swing. There's a lot of torque and a lot of use that goes through that foot. So a little bit of a stretch that we can get kind of through the toes themselves, I like to do with my hands. So we're gonna take that foot, we're gonna take our 4 fingers and we're gonna place them between the toes. So it might be kind of tough to tell, but I've got them spread out there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some flexion, extension, contract, and relax. So I'm gonna squeeze those toes down, trying to pinch my hands between the feet. Hold for 5 seconds, then we're gonna relax. And we're gonna go the opposite way. So I'm gonna push back with my other hand here and get a little stretch through more, I guess that would be flexion. So I'm pushing into my hand here, so my feet are trying to go that way into the hand. And then we can also work spreading the toes. So I can use my hand to spread those toes apart. I can also move individually through and work a little flexion, extension, and get a stretch through each toe individually. So again, this one might take a little bit longer, let's say about 2 minutes a foot. And by the end of it, we should feel a little bit, that sole of the foot should feel a lot better, and we might have a little bit more movement through those toes. So last but not least, we're gonna finish off with a mobilization as usual. I'm gonna stand up out of the screen here so you can see closely on my feet. I'll continue to talk, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with a stretch forward. So we're gonna bend that foot forward, keeping the toes on the ground. Kind of a stretch, a little bit of mobilization. So I can hold, I can go back, I can do some reps. That would be forward. You can also go backwards. So putting those toes down on the ground, and then I'm picking that leg up. More of a stretch, I would say, for this one. So you go 20 seconds, both forward and back on each foot. And then lastly, closing out, we're gonna try to spread the toes out. See if you can get a gap between each toe there. You do a few reps of that where we grab the floor and spread the toes. All the time we're trying to keep a good arch Now this one's quite difficult, but you can try to move independently. So try to pick up that big toe. I can't do each one independently, but we could pick and kind of put down one at a time like so. So pick them all off and then go nice and slow and try to control. Okay, thanks for joining as usual. Hopefully if you had any sore feet, that'll help you out. I would say after a tournament weekend, if you're playing a few rounds, that's a great thing to do to loosen up the feet a little bit. So thanks for joining us for that first week. Hope you enjoyed the first 3 days, and we will be back with you on Monday with some more mobility. Thanks a lot.